Hello, everyone. Good day. So today we will be continuing the discussion with regard to query optimization. So as a recap from last week, we know that when we do query optimization in centralized systems, it has to go through to three steps, namely the parsing and translation, then query optimization or the optimization process and the evaluation. So these three steps are then depicted in this diagram or in this illustration. So as you can see, from the query that the user or the client is trying to request, the DBMS will parse and translate it into the equivalent relational algebra expression. Now, given the translation from the query to relational algebra expression, optimization will come in through the optimizer. So in this optimizer, it will generate different alternatives in which, or different alternatives in a form of relational algebra expression and query tree. And then each alternative is what we call the execution plan. So given these alternatives, the the DBMS will then choose which solution has the shortest processing time for it to be implemented. So example, if you have three alternative solutions, which among the three has the shortest possible time? Then given the shortest possible time, then that will be the the query to be executed in database. And the query will give or will be passed through the evaluation engine, in which the evaluation engine is responsible for locating the data assigned or the data needed for that particular query. And then the output will be given to the issuing client or user. Sini. Sini. Ang paghatag ni mo Junard kay BOR certificate, unsa ning siya nga certification? Naraday sa likod, calendar di ay. So basically, when you say query optimization, the query that you are issuing from your end as the user will not be the exact query to be executed by DBMS for you to get your output. Instead, it will translate it into an algebraic expression, particularly the relational algebra expression, and then the optimizer will generate different alternatives or different equivalent expression for that particular query, which will give the same output. And then the for the execution plan, for the execution, it will choose the alternative which has the shortest processing time for it to be a pass to the evaluation engine, in which data will be fetched for the particular query and the output will then be given to the user. So that is why it is very helpful that when you build your query, you have to make sure that it is very specific so that your DBMS will have lesser al- alternative solution to check, or lesser alternative solution to generate, because the lesser the alternative solution generated, the faster the query processing is, because they have to evaluate it one by one. So one alternative solution will be evaluated accordingly. And then if you have more or a number of alternatives, then it will require them more time to process your query. The lesser the alternatives that can't be generated from your original query, the faster the query processing is. Okay. So we have here an example. So in our example, we want to retrieve the name of all the customers who have one or more accounts in branches in the city of Edina. So you're going to create an SQL statement for this particular request. So what we wanted to know are the customer names who has one or more accounts in the branches of Edina. So we have here select C, that customer name from customer C. Remember the comma here? It denotes cross product. Cross product branch B, cross product account A, where customer or C.CID is equal to A.A CID and A.B name is equal to B.B name and B.BCT is equal to Edina. So given this query, your your DBMS, the parser and translator, will generate the exact equivalent relational algebra expression for this query. So the exact algebra expression will look like this. We're going to project the name from customer cross product account, cross product branch, where BCT is equal to Edina. So this will be the equivalent relational algebra expression. Okay. However, that expression can be, what they call this one, can be optimized. Okay. It can be optimized. It can be rewritten in a way that it will take lesser processing time. So the moment that we are going to rewrite the query into an optimized way, we go now to the optimization process. So it is the query optimizer who is responsible for doing the optimization. And it is the query optimizer that will generate several alternatives or equivalent expression from the original one. Okay. So in the query optimization process, there are three things that you will undergo. First is the cost estimation. When you say cost estimation, it refers to the amount of communication cost, that is the amount of network usage, the bandwidth, and then the resources involved. May it be storage resources. It's part of the cost estimation. Then after the cost estimation, we go to plan generation. So this plan generation, these are you are going to generate alternative equations or alternative expression from the first or from the original query. And then each relational algebra expression will then be generated as a query tree so that we will know what will be the query tree will serve as a map as to how operations and when operations should be performed. So it might be that uh, the query tree will tell you as to what tables will be accessed first, what type of data will be taken from the table, what operations will be performed in the table. So naana siya tanan sa plan generation. And then also it is in the plan generation that will step that will check as to which alternative has the shortest processing time. And it is also in the plan generation that you will involve uh, properties, relational algebra properties, to find the equivalent equation for the original relational algebra equation. So you are going to rewrite the queries according to the equivalent properties. Dili lang kay basta-basta lang nato siya i-rewrite. There in mathematics mong god na natin gina-follow nga mga properties. So those properties are inherited also. Those mathematical properties, particularly in relational sets, are inherited in database. Okay? So once na siya makita nga pinaka, it's not the best solution that we are trying to look when we generate the plan generation, but we are trying to get the optimized solution. Okay, the best solution may not be optimized at all times. What we are trying to get here is the equation or the solution that will take the shortest possible time to process number of data, a number of data. And we are expecting that this data is voluminous, meaning daghan, dili kay isa duha ra ka buok. Okay. Then after that, once we identify the optimized solution for this particular query, then we can generate the query plan code. When you say query plan code, you're going to translate that into the final relational algebra expression that will then be executed by the DBMS. And once it will be executed, output will then be given to the client who issued that particular query. Okay, so let's try to check what cost estimation is. So this is trying to tell you as to how much resources may it be storage, memory, network usage are involved in a particular operation in that particular query. So that is why it is discouraged that you are going to use Cartesian product. Because when you're going to use Cartesian product, di ba kabalata row times column. So what if three tables or more ang imuhang i-combine, then you will have a very large uh, relation as an output for that particular operation. That is why instead of using Cartesian product, you are encouraged to use join, the simple join or the natural join instead. So from the previous example that what we wanted to display or to view is the names of the customers who have one or more accounts in the city of Edina na branch. So di ba naka cross product to ganina? Customer name, select I project customer name, cross product customer, cross product account, cross product branch, where branch city is equal to Edina. Inga na to kaganina, right? So karon ato siyang instead of using the cross product, we will convert that one into a natural join expression. So if we're going to convert that into a natural join, you can see nga i-join na to si customer o si account. And then we also wanted to join account and branch. Then whatever is the output of those two natural joins, imo na po silang i-join. As you can see here, customer and account are joined. Okay? Account and branch, gi-join po siya. And then whatever is the output for customer and account will be joined with account and branch. So pwede man na siya, it's more optimal compared to the cross product. But you notice that the account here is redundant. Kadaghan nimo siya gitawag. Nga pwede man unta nga kaasaran nimo siya tawgon to get an optimal time of processing. So you can rewrite that one again in this manner. So customer name, project customer name, from customer, join account, join branch, where city, B city is equal to Edina. So kani, mas paspas na ni siya nga query. Kay iyang buhaton ani permero is lantawon niya kung naabay kondisyon. Kay kung na, and then tan-aw din niya unsa tong dapat niya i-join. Okay? So, unsa iyang buhaton na ni? Take note the rule of precedence that ang mga naka-parentheses ang una ay process. And then, if you have multiple parentheses, ang pinaka-inner ang una niya i-process. So, in this case, iyahang buhaton is kuan sa niya daan ang idina from branch, ang city nga idina sa branch. And then, iyahada yung i-join sa account. Then, whatever is the output will be joined with the customer. And then, ang katong turang na ay mga qualify sa idina, mora to ang i-display sa customer name as your final output. Okay? So given a query with multiple relational algebra operators, usually there are multiple alternatives that can be generated. And these alternatives are generated by applying these properties: associative, commutative, idempotent, distributive, and factorization. So what are these uh, properties? So let's go first with commutative property. If you can recall your mathematics, when we say commutative property, you will have, regardless of the order of your operands, it will still give you the same answer or the same result. Example, A plus B is just the same with B plus A. A times B is the same with B times A. So in this case, this order here, performing union operator 2 for R before performing the union operator for the entire query, is just the same for performing union operator 1 for the relation R and for union operator 2. So in the example here, unsa man ni siya, you are going to select all the you are going to select all from branch where branch name is equal to main and assets is greater than to 120 million. So this is just the same when you're going to select all from branch where assets is greater than 120 and branch name is equal to main. So ngano may yung kag-equivalent ra sila. Kay in the first query, you first check for the branch name followed by the assets, value of the assets. On the second expression, you check first the value of the asset and followed by the branch name. So bisan pa og bali-balihon nimo sila, it will still give you the same result. All the data from the branch which is which branch name is the main and assets having a value of 120 million. So ang equivalent nimo ana is this. Kung imuha na siyang isulat or isulat nimo ang query ana, SQL query is like this. Select all from, asa to akong gitype. Nawala akong gitype. Now select. So ang query ana niya is select all from branch where, gusto niya siya where branch name is equal to main uh, and assets is equal to 120 million. So this is just the same. Parehas ra ni sila kung if you will write this way. Isa ha. So this is just the same kung kulang na pug zero akong million do sa mani eh. So this is just the same if you write it this way. So if you have this query, these are two equivalent queries using commutative property. So you will still get the same output. So that's for commutative property, particularly for unary operator. Now let's go to uh, idempotent property. When you say idempotent, by definition, is that given an equation, bisan pa o, di ba, pag naa kay equation, given a query, huy, naunsa mo? Face mask? Okay naman ka mag-pink. Ah, pink na lang yun ako ang face mask na habilin dire. Napay isa ka putos pero pink gihapon. Ay, kami mo. So when you say idempotent, if you have an expression or you have a query, the moment you run that query, you will have a result. Now, idempotent property is that regardless of how many times you run that query, you will still get the same result. That's by definition of idempotent property. So meaning ani, bisan pa o sa unary operation nimo sa R, kapila nimo siya padaganon, you will still get the same result. Okay, so just like this, in this example, you are going to select all from branch, di ba? Select all from branch where branch name is equal to main and assets is greater than 120. Kabantay mo bisan pagkadaghan nimo siya, gilain lang niya ang grouping, but still kadaghan siya padaganon, but still it will give the same output. That's for idempotent property. Now let's go to commutative property for binary operator. So binary operator is commutative except for the set difference. Nga naman, A minus B is different from B minus A. So basically, uh, binary operators are commutative. Example na to, customer natural join account is just the same when you do account natural join customer. Regardless of the order of your operands, you will still get, diba, morning operands na to si customer. Ang operator na to ay ang operation na to kay si national natural join. So regardless of the order of the operands, you will still get the same output. That's for commutative property for binary operator. Then we also have here associative property for binary operator. So when you say associative property, if you can recall the groupings of your operands and operators. So regardless of the groupings, you will still get the same output. So example here, or example, 'di ba pag naka-enclose to parenthesis mo man siya ang una na to i-perform. So example here, account natural join branch, kung mo na siya imong una i-perform, i-join nimo, whatever is the output, i-join na pud mo siya kang customer, is just the same when you perform first customer natural join account and the output will be joined by branch na relation. So regardless of the groupings of your operator and operands, you will still get the same output. That is associative property. Now we also have what we call their distributive property. Okay? So when you say distributive property, you have one operation, you have one unary operation, pwede nimo siya ma-distribute and have it as binary operation. Or, i-factor nimo, mag-factorize ka, kani. Unsay common nila, di ba, unary operator for relations R and S. Okay? So, pwede siya mag, tawag ni i-factor out nimo si unary operator and then perform the binary operation for R and S mo ni siya. So this one, so unary operator of R, then you have the binary operator for the unary operator of S is just equivalent to R binary operator S and perform the unary operator. So in this example, we have here, unsa man ni siya? Select all from customer, dili, mali. Project customer name, salary from customer where salary is greater than 50,000. Union, project name, employee name, salary from employee where salary is greater than 50,000. It's just the same if you're going to project the customer name, salary from customer, union, uh, union employee name, salary from employee where, this one here, where salary is greater than 50,000. So as you can see, iyang gi-perform diri kay naa siya'y unary operator for customer and unary operator for employee. And then, iya din gi-perform, gi-union din niya. Mo ni siya ang binary operator. So, it's just equivalent to performing the binary operator between two relations, employee and customer, and then executing the unary operator, this part here. So, they are just equivalent. So, ang output ani is just the same with this equation. Okay? That's distributive property. So after that, you can now generate, you can now go to plan generation. So a query plan is an extended query tree that includes access paths for all operations in the tree. So unsa man ni si query tree? So access paths provide detailed information on how each operation in the tree is to be performed. And in addition to the access path specified for individual relational algebra operator, the plan also specifies how the immediate relation should be passed from one operator to the next. So when you say plan generation, naatay gitawag nga exhaustive search operation and heuristic search operation. So when you say exhaustive search operation, it will generate all the possible query plans that can be uh, that can be the optimized solution or the optimized equation for that query. That's for exhaustive. For heuristic, for heuristic based optimization, it's a rule based optimization. So naka yes or no, ane. So example, uh, query, query, then generate siya og query plan A, B, C. Is query plan A faster than query plan B? Kung si plan B, kung no, meaning, asa siya padulong? Nano po siya i-execute? Kung yes, dito na po siya sa yes, naka-decision. So, mas dugay siya, mas dako siya og overhead cost. Mas dako siya og processing time kay yes or no man, kada yes na ay process buhaton. Kada no na ay process buhaton asa padulong. Whereas kung moingon ka og search, exhaustive search optimization, ang iyang buhaton, tanan nga possible query tree, iyahang i-generate or query plan, iyahang i-generate, i-evaluate niya isa-isa, then the best optimum solution will be chosen. Kani si heuristic kay mag-compare, i-compare sa niya daan, compare. So dili niya i-generate tanan, i-compare niya. Aya siya magpili og optimal solution. So basically, kasagara ginagamit is for the search, exhaustive search operation. Alright, kamo na ibasa aning uban because uh kung ano man siya self-explanatory. So for common heuristic in the heuristic search optimization, we have these heuristic rules. So you're going to perform select and project operations before any join operations. And then you can also perform the most restrictive select or project operation at first before other operations. The most restrictive, meaning katong condition nimo ang unahon. Okay, so in common heuristic rule, in generating the heuristic approach, you have to make sure that cross product is avoided from time to time. Now, after when you say plan generation, dapat maka-generate kag query tree. So si query tree mo ni siyang katong, if you can recall, it's a B tree. It's a tree structure in which you have your nodes to be your relations or to be the tables, and then the operations are what we call the what sitaw na niya, nodes, leaf nodes, internal nodes. Okay, then we also have the root represents the output of the query. So let's have an example for query tree. So we have here the database for a small library in which we have the relation student, book, and checkout. In the checkout, we can see here what book has been borrowed by a student and in what date. Okay. So we will focus our example for query tree in these three relations. Now, what we wanted to do is to display, given the query, we wanted to display the name of the student who borrowed a book for for the author, regardless of title, basta kayang author is old and famous, and the age of the student who borrowed the book is within the range 12 to 20 years old. So, ang dapat makita nako is the list of the student names or the student names who borrowed a book by old and famous and whose age is within the range 12 and 20 years old. Okay, so this is the query. So when you're going to what they call this one, when you're going to convert that one into a query tree, it looks like this. Diba? I-display na ko ang name where, diba? I-display na ko ang name nga ang condition na to, ang age is between the range 20 at 12 to 20 years old, and the author of the book that has been borrowed is old and famous. Nga gikan kang book, di ba? Katong tulo ka table required. So this is the exact query tree for this uh query. Okay. Now let's have another example of a query tree which we can uh, rewrite or revise based on what do you call this one, based on the more optimal processing time. So we have here query tree for a while. So here's an example of another example for a query tree. So we have here three relations: instructor, course, and teaches. Now we know that an instructor teaches a course. So meaning, paunsa na to mahibalaan kung unsa ang gitudluan ni instructor nga course. Sometimes we call it subjects. Okay. Now the problem that we wanted to solve is we wanted to find all the names of the instructors from the music department together with the course title of the courses that the instructors teach. Meaning, I have here the name of the instructor and the course title nga iyahang gitudluan. Okay. So, asa na to makita? Sa instructor, unsa nga course title iyahang gitudluan. So, asa na to na sila makita by joining these three tables. Kinata instructor na diri si course. But course and instructor does not have a direct relationship. Asa na to makita ilang relationship? Diri sa teaches. Teaches here is an associative entity. Okay? So si teaches makakita tag kinsa ang instructor by checking the ID column o unsa ang iyahang subject nga gitudluan by checking the course ID column. Okay? Pero maingon mo nga og sa teacher sa lang di ay ma'am, naa bitaw si ID din na sa instructor og ni course ID. No, because what we want is the name. Paunsa na to makuha ang name ni instructor kung diri lang ta ID ra man ni and the name of or the title of the course. Wala may title diri, course ID ra man. We can get the name of the instructor and the title of the course by joining these three tables. Now, so we now get the SQL query for this problem. So the SQL query will be this: project name, title, from, instructor, join, teaches, join course, where department name is equal to music. So moodai ni siyang exact translation sa ato ang query. I-project na to ang name of title where department name is equal to music, i-join na to sa instructor and si teaches. Si teaches po i-join na to kang course. So ato din pangitaon diri unsa to nga course ID, i-project na to ang course ID o course title nga atong pangitaon with respect to course relation or to course table. So this query is not yet optimized. So we can rewrite this into an equivalent query. Okay. So remember remember, we want to avoid cross product. So we want to see or to use join. So we can rewrite this in this way, in this manner. Pwede man, nga pangitaon na to daan ang course ID o course title from the course relation. Para whatever is the result will then be joined with the teacher's relation. Tapos, on the other hand, na po, pag naa na kay output, i-join dayon nimo siya sa instructor where the output has the department name music. So, katuro pong instructor nga under ni music department ang ma-join ani. And then, dire dayon imuhang ang final output nimo is the name of the instructor and the title of the course that he or she is teaching. Okay. Pwede siya ingon ani. So, generating this query tree is implementing the associative property. So as you can see, giusab lang nato ang grouping. Di ba kani siya atong gigrupo, kani siya ginaog nato diri kang instructor. So it's just the grouping matters. But still, we can furtherly improve this one. So to improve that one, dito pa lang sa ubos daan, ato nang i-perform, katubit ang heuristic rule, to i-perform ang mga select og project operators sa pinakaubos o katuday ang pinaka-restrictive ang una gyud nato i-perform. Unsa tong pinaka-restrictive nga unary operator? Mao na tong naa sa condition nato. So in this case, iyang gi-perform daan ang condition. So gipangita niya daan ang department name from the instructor table where mo equal sa value nga music. So ang output nimo ani mo ra imong i-join sa teaches. So gamay na lang ka og gina-manipulate nga column, gina-deal nga column. It is only for the instructor who is under the music department. Kato na lang sila dinhi. So giuna na nimo perform ang pinaka-restrictive nga nga select operator. Now, gi-join din mo siya sa teaches. Pag-join nimo nila, ang imuharang kwaon nga output is sa join is the name of the instructor ug unsa tong course ID. Kay course ID ra man ang naa ni teaches. Wala man tay makita nga course name or course title, right? So given the course ID para makuha na to unsa to siya nga course title, ato siyang i-join sa course nga table. So diri lang daan sa course nga table, ang ato rang i-perform sa join is kadtong column for course ID and title. So gamay na lang nga columns imuhang gina-manipulate. So pag join din nimo ani nila kung unsa tong naay common nila, mao din tong ang final output nimo. Si name sa instructor og si title sa course nga iyang gitudloan nga under si instructor sa music department. So as you can see level by level. So ang mahitabuan ni ang imuhang relational algebra will look like this. You first what I call this one, kaning aside din eh. Imong buhaton primero is i-extract nimo ang course ID og title from the course. Okay? And then whatever is your output, i-join nimo aning kaning kani siya kani siya nga operation. I-join nimo. So unsa man tong dapat nimo i-join katong kaning instructor teaches and their output, whatever is the output, ani moro day ni ang final nimo. Mao siya nas taas. So iyang gibuhat is project name title from iyang gibuhat kay from core ang iyang gikuha ra din kay si course join instructor join teaches where depth name is equal to music. Okay, so that's an example on how query generation plan is being executed using relational algebra and query tree. So in this case, makita nimo to katong rule bitaw nga dapat iuna ang pinaka restrictive. Sunod dayon i-perform tong select og project. Ay day ang pinaka root day nimo mao ang overall output of the query. Okay. So that's how uh, query optimization works for a centralized system. So the advantage ng gitpod sa centralized system is that you're only dealing with one database for your query. So kaisa ra i-evaluate ang imong query para makakuha og optimal solution. However, when we say distributed systems, you will have to you will have to consider or you have to evaluate your queries from the local to the global, back to the local. Kay kung ano man ta, 'di ba, in distributed pwede man, especially kung fragmented siya and replicated, lain-lain man nga sites naka-store ang atong data, ang atong database. So, kadaghan po i-evaluate imong query. So, let me discuss that one by having this, uh, what do you call this one? By having this illustration. So, in this case, when you say optimization, query optimization in distributed systems, ani ang mahitabo? Si local site, di ba, si user na belong sa isa ka site, which na siya kaugalingong database. However, what if the user from here, butang mo na siya si site 1, site 2, and site 3. The user from site 1 will issue a query that needs to be processed or the data is located in site number 3. So, ito siyang i-label accordingly ha, para dili kayo ta malibog. So, this is site 1. Example ha. This is site 2 and this is site 3. Now, the query is coming from site 1, but the data will be taken from site 3. So what will happen kung sa centralized pa na query i-execute ang query plan, ang katong parsing, optimization, evaluation, output. Okay. Ang mahitabo sa distributed is like this. The query is from site 1. From site 1, it will go through query optimization. So, i-optimize niya daan ang query. And then, pag makuha na niya dito ang shortest processing time na query, ngayong na-generate, i-execute din siya sa moto siya ang piliun niya nga site katong local execution manager nga ipasa niya kang site number 3. Pero kato siya nga query, dili man to siya madiretso kang site number 3. Muagi pa siya diri sa global level. So sa global level, i-check niya to nga query kung optimized na ba to. So i-generate na po niya ang query plan. Mag-generate po siya query 3. And then choosing na po dayon the optimal solution. Ay rin i-execute diri sa global level. Pero, pag ma-execute na sa global level, mo na din to ang ipasa kang site number 3. So, kang site number 3, what will happen is, dili na siya diretso nga ihatag niya ang output. No. Yan na po na siyang i-optimize. And then, pilion na po niya dito ang pinakamubuog processing time ay rin i-execute. Pag ma-execute na, that's the time that site 1 will get an output. So, mas complex sa dayon ang query optimization in distributed systems. Daghan kay siyang agian. So, daghan kay siyang agian, mas taas ang processing time kay kapila moagi og optimization ang imuhang query. That is why when you are creating a query, you have to make sure that kato akong gi-mention din na it is already very specific para gamay na lang ang i-check for optimization. Gamay na lang ang ma-generate na query plan. Kung gamay ang query plan nga ma-generate, mas paspas ang execution. Okay? That is why select all is not appropriate to use, whether in distributed or in centralized system, especially in distributed. Kidaghan man kay siyang agian nga levels. Kapila siya moagi og optimization before ka makakuha sa imong output. Okay? So let's remove this one. So kamo na basa ani. This is just a discussion on or a description on how distributed query is being what they call this one, executed. Now, let's have here an example. So example, you have here the table project. Now, for the project, it is fragmented vertically, I know, horizontally, according to city. Now, given that we have three cities, we have Delhi, Calcutta, and Hyderabad. So, nakitulo ka fragment located in different locations. Location for Delhi and in for Delhi, Calcutta, and Hyderabad. So, tulo. Now, what we wanted to do is we want to execute a query that will retrieve all the details of the project whose status is ongoing. So we want to know what project or what projects or are having or is having a status ongoing. So wala kabalo asa nga city particularly. Ang iyang gusto ani tanan nga project regardless of the city, mahibal-an nato kung asa ang naay status nga ongoing. So your global query will look like this. You have to project from project project ID from project where status is ongoing. Naa ka sa global. So wala man ta kabalo. Asa siya padulong nga city. But we know that the project table is horizontally fragmented. So ang buhaton din ana pag-distribute din ni global query sa mga sites where the horizontal fragments are stored, ing ani na dayon. So project ID from New Delhi project where status is ongoing, then project ID from Calcutta project where status is outgoing, and then project ID from Hyderabad project where status is ongoing. So mo ni siya imong local query. Now, ang gusto ba na nga output is tanan regardless of the city. So mobalik na po din na siya kani dayon nga query. Balik na siya sa global level. I-union na po na niya. We are going to reconstruct the project table accordingly. So how you're going to reconstruct a horizontally fragmented table? We are going to perform the union operation. Pag mo mag-perform, ay rin siya muhatag sa output. So, ingana siya kadaghan or kataas ang process, especially kung fragmented. Kasi fragments manggod per fragment lain-lain ka og location. So, each time nga mag-query ka in a fragmented distributed database, the output will be from or will be based from the reconstruction of these fragmented databases. So reconstruction, union for union for horizontal fragmentation, and join for vertical fragmentation. So when you say distributed query optimization, it requires evaluation of a large number of query trees, each of which produce the required results of a query, and it's primarily due to the presence of large amount of replicated and fragmented data. Hence, the target is to find the optimal solution rather than the best solution. Okay, so naata diri issues for distributed query optimization. So number one is utilization of resources, query trading, and reduction of solution space. So when you say utilization of resources, so how are you going to to approach, or how are you going to make sure that you have an optimal resource utilization for your distributed system? When you say resource, katong bandwidth, storage, memory, kana sila. Okay? So, sa utilization of resources, how are you going to ensure that you are using it or the resource are used in the most optimal way. Natay tulo ka process nga sunod. We have the operation shipping, data operation, data shipping, and hybrid shipping. So I'll discuss that one with this illustration. So when you say operation shipping, example, you have here the client where the client issues the query. Pag mayon ka o operation shipping, the client issues the query, but the query is not executed sa site kung asa gikan si client. Instead, iyang ihatag or ipasa dito sa site kung asa nakastore ang data. Dito i-perform ang operation. And then the results will be given to the requesting client site. So in short, walay operation nga gina-perform in the client side. Naa dito sa kung asa nakastore ang data nga involved adto nga query. Now, on the other hand, we also have here the data operation. So ang buhaton ani when you say data operation, operations are performed in the client side. In the client side. However, wala gidala si data. Ang iyang gibuhat diri is si data, iyang gipangita-daan, ang buhaton sa kuan is gipangita-daan ang data involved for that operation. Maoy gihatod dinhi sa client, requesting client side. Ay gi-perform ang operation. Then the output is given. So that's data shipping. Sa operation shipping, ang operation ang gipadala sa site where the data is being stored, gi-process, gi-execute, ang output ang ibalik ang client na requesting site. Sa data shipping, operation is done in the client site. The data where the the data is from its from its site where it is being stored is transported to the client side. That specific data involved for that query is transported to the client side and operation is being executed or the query is being executed and the results is given. Muna siya itawag na data shipping. Si data ang nag-move. Okay? We also have here hybrid. So, ang mahitabo sa hybrid is ang operation, ang operation, it's a combination of the operation and data shipping. So, ang mahitabo, pangitaon niya daan sa to nga site na belong nga data. Pag ma-locate na niya, that data will then be transported to katubitong site kung asa ang pinakadaghan nga data involved for that operation. Dito din i-perform ang operation or i-execute ang query. Then the results will be given to the client side. That's hybrid shipping. Okay, so in summary, operation shipping, it's the query that is being transported to the site where the data is stored. The output will then be returned to the client site. For the data shipping, it is the data that is being transported from the s- uh, s- site where it is stored to the client site and it will be processed and executed and in the client side. While hybrid shipping, it's a combination. All the data will be placed in one site. So i-collect niya ang tanan nga data from all sites and put it in one site kung aso tong pinakadaghan nga data nga gihold and then i-process ang operation dito and the output will be or the result will be transported to the client site. That's for that's for utilization of resources. Now, for query trading, ang mahitabo ning query trading natay gitawag nga buyer o seller. Si buyer is katong client nga nag-issue sa query. Si seller is katong site in which mo process sa iyahang query. So ang mahitabo mo issue query si client mo na siya mo na siya si buyer. Mo na akong query. So ang kanina si seller, kaning mga sites where the data is being handled, muhimo pud sila, mo execute sila sa query nga gihatag ni ni buyer, ni client. So mo execute, mo generate sila og query equivalent to that. And then mopili lang dayon, pilian lang dayon adto asa nga site ang naay pinaka-optimal solution. So ang pinaka-short og processing time mo to'y i-execute sa buyer para makuha ang output. Okay? That's for query trading. When you say reduction of solution space of the query, ang mahitabo ani is uh, imuha siyang i-very specific. So, given the query, unsa ang buhaton sa query. So bitang remember the heuristic rules. So given that query, unsa dapat akong una i-perform? So unahon ako tong pinaka-restrictive, followed by the select and project operations, and then followed by the other operations. That's reduction of space, meaning pagamayo nimo og ayo ang domain sa imuhang query. So, pag mo the lesser the number of columns, the lesser the number of rows, the better the paspas it is. So, that's what we call reduction of solution space. So, mo ni siya ang giingon ka ganina, you're going to perform selection and projection operations sa pinakaubos pa lang daan. This reduces the data flow over the communication network. Then simplify operations in horizontal fragments by eliminating selection conditions which are not relevant to that particular site. Then dayon kay some rules in performing joins. So in case of joins and union operations, compromising of fragments located in multiple sites, transfer fragmented data to the site where most data is present and perform operations. So basically, mura kagahimo hybrid shipping. And then use a join operation to qualify tuples that are to be joined, and then merge the common leaves and subtrees as a distributed query tree. So that's it. So I will be leaving you this lesson, and next meeting that will be on Monday. Yes, we will have a short quiz about 10 to 15 items with regard to query optimization before we will start the transaction control management topic. It's just a short quiz for next meeting. So that's it, and thank you for listening.